So I haven't painted one of these abstracts since before the last show went up in May. And Arts Alive is coming up, and I'm going to be doing an interview as well as a demonstration on Sunday afternoon with Marilyn Rowland under the big tent at 2 o'clock in front of the library. So I thought I would journal how I'm starting the piece that I'm going to use as my demonstration. Basically, I've taken a couple of little tubs that I had of paint that I had originally prepared for doing travel work that got dried out, and so I'm just cleaning those out and starting to smear them a bit. It's a little hard doing this with, sorry about the hand in front of the lens. This is my painting knife, and I basically just scooped out some paint and started placing it on the canvas. So that's the dark green, and it's actually sap green. I don't actually paint anymore using green out of a tube, so it's time to use that paint up. You see it's on there just kind of thick and random. And then let's see, we'll grab some, this is where I start kind of asking, what should I grab? Let's go with yellow ochre. That will be an interesting contrast. Another little tube that needs to be emptied. And see if I can do this one-handed while I hold the camera. Sorry about the bouncing around, don't mean to make you seasick. So I'm going to grab a little bit of yellow ochre out of here, see how dry it is or isn't in the container. Sorry, now I'm just passing the time. Okay, so this tube now has a little bit of that in it. Let's see if I can hold this between my knees so you can see what I'm doing while I do it. Channeling my inner Bob Ross. Okay, so now I'm just going to start going in, and in places where it feels like there should be some more paint, I'm just going to put some more paint. And then what's going to happen is, this is now Wednesday. This will have a good full week to dry where the thick paint is, that when we go into the Arts Alive demonstration, I'll be able to hopefully finish the painting in front of people. So just going where it feels like the paint wants to go. There's not a lot of rhyme or reason to this. Certainly some composition in my head happening as I work it, but it really is not an exact science. And so when somebody says, gee, I think my kid could do that, maybe they could. All right, it's almost all of the yellow ochre. Put that around. All right, and let's see, we're gonna do one more. I'm avoiding using blue. Don't know why. It's usually one of my go-to colors. I think we're gonna finish up with some red. Actually a rose color. Again, pardon the squiggles, I need to get a tripod or something for my phone. Alright, so we're gonna grab some red and throw that in. It's not too dry. So that's just on the bottom of the brush. And just kind of fill in some of the gaps, though not necessarily all of them. And as I said, then this will have some time to sit and dry. And if any of you are local and can come to Arts Alive on, what is it, it's Sunday the 23rd of June. Oh, that's got a big gob, but that's okay. You'll be able to hear me talk more about how I do these paintings and watch me go in and finish this one. So do a little bit more, intentionally leaving some white space. Sort of starting to look like a fall landscape or something. It's odd that I'm not reaching for blue today, but I trust where I'm led. So I think we may try and do a thick gob in the middle here, so that when I do the white paint over it, it will have some texture to grab onto, because that's part of what makes it really cool. Part of what adds to the process. Okay, now I'm done putting the paint on there. Just gonna sit back for a minute and put a little bit of motion into it before I call it a wrap for today. So one thing to say is I had no preconceived notion before I started this of where the colors would go, what I would do with it, or what it's going to look like when we finish. But that's it for now. And maybe a little more green, actually. This is where it gets fun. Want some dark green up in here. I hope this is an intriguing process to watch and not something that takes away the mystery and showing you how the sausage is made, as they say. That feels about right for right now. So I'm going to call that quits, and I will see you all on June 24th at Arts Alive in Falmouth. There's a whole weekend full of activities starting Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But as I said, I will be interviewed about my process under the big tent with Marilyn Rowland at 2 in front of the library on the lawn. Hope to see you there. Thanks. Bye-bye.